Going into the grid, baby. Tron identity. Tron identity. Oh yeah, Majin?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Mike Bithell. All right, let's go. I'm ready for some more Tron stories. Welcome to the Grid program. To progress the story, press the next button. You can read at your own pace or progress automatically by pressing the autoplay toggle. If you miss something, there's a chat log on the pause menu. Text speed and scale can be adjusted for your comfort and settings. Are you ready to begin program? Yes. Initializing. It's a cold night in the city, nothing new there. Pull your coat tighter, feel the heat of its glow, a small comfort against the brittle rain. Across the park stands a repository, a grand building. It stands sentinel among all surrounding it. This is architecture as power play, a statement made in light and stone. It's also where you will be working tonight. You step forward, taking in the data trees that flank your path. Suddenly, a screech of tires against asphalt to your left, a rhythmic pulse of light cycle at full speed. You turn, seeing cold blue light racing towards you. You hold your hand out, stop, the cycle doesn't slow, in fact you could swear it accelerates, defiant. It blasts past on your left, two more cycles follow it, yellow, core, whatever the racer did. It was bad enough to get two enforcers on their tail. Peacekeepers, that was a polite word. You operate in a less polite world. You push forward, more gingerly now, the park has fallen silent again, good. At the edge of the repository stands a slab of security program. His armor is scuffed and scratched, as is his face. A cruel smirk is attempting to break through the clenched jaw. Bit of a trouble on the road there, Chief. Next time, look both ways. You're not gonna win a fair fight with a speeding light cycle. To know what you're doing here, you flash your badge. 4 squares arranged in a T. It designates you are a member of the Disciples of Tron, a detective. No boss, no assigned task, but uncovering truths, a professional observer. My name's Query. Your boss called me in. Something happened here. Something big enough to bring in outside help. The program is taken aback. He steps away from the door and motions you in. You could have sworn you saw the light in his eyes pulse with frustration. This isn't going to be an easy night. This will be easier if you work with me. No answer. The program slams the door shut behind you, reactivating the glowing lock. No escape. Definitely not going to be an easy night. The lobby of the repository is beautiful. It demonstrates the same power as the exterior. Grish hustles you into the elegant space. You note that it is empty, quiet. Where is everyone? It's late. Only a skeleton crew tonight. The prisoner in the library. This entire tower only requires a skeleton crew to run. In emergency situations, yes. Grish looks tired. It must have been a long night. Growls. It wasn't my call to bring you in. I had this handled. I was about to begin my investigation. Investigating what? Hit the call I run program. Old school, I respect that. You can tell the Grish isn't used to dealing with inquiries like yours. He ushers you past the lobby's vacated front desk towards an elevator. We've moved all non-essential staff to a secure location. I've been ordered to send you up to the Prince. He runs this tower, and he's taken the events of the night very personally. You'd think they'd stolen it from his personal collection. Maybe the way he sees it, that's exactly what happened. There's been a robbery? That's right. Someone picked tonight to steal something precious from us. Prince will fill you in on details. I don't know them all yet either. I heard the explosion, activated the lockdown, and put things in order. Since then, I've been out here securing the perimeter and waiting for you to show up. Took you long enough. I guess you were busy holding up traffic, not successfully. But I respect the effort. Why did you go outside? I needed some ventilation. Figured maybe I'd get lucky and see a perp escaping. Space to think. That's right, I didn't get much time to do so. Got interrupted. Grish moves to the elevator, a keypad to the side awaits activation. He reaches his hand to the panel. It hovers, a sharp intake of breath. What? Is there a problem? Grish stands in front of the panel, looking at it, then back to you. He's confused. He catches himself, confusion turning into frustration. Since the explosion, I've been missing things. Manners? Memories? Yes. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the explosion, but my memory access is failing me. There are holes. Your dot, you said? You can defrag my identity disk, can't you? Cover memories? I can. Do what needs to be done. Here, take it. He hands you his disc, grudgingly. Oh, damn. Okay, how do I do this? The goal of defragmentation is to reduce the number of cards in the program's disk to match the target value. Clear cards by dragging over other cards to knock them out. You can drag a card 1 or 3 playable spaces in either direction, but not across the gap at the top of the disc. As you play, different errors and disc complexities will mix up the rules. Oh gosh, I don't think I like this already. Match data cards to defrag a disc. Drag a circle card onto its matching neighbor. To complete a puzzle, reduce card amount count to the target. Pick your own moves from now on. Okay. There we go. Memory restored. Troubleshooting. Defrag your first disc. Alright, we did it. That was kind of weird, but got it. You hand the disc back. Grish takes it, replaces it on his back. A slight pulse in his eyes signals a data refresh. Got it. Grish gives you the slightest unlock. It's the closest you'll be getting to a thank you. He taps the code in the elevator, unlocking it. I've unlocked repeat access rights for you. You'll be able to travel to any location Prince allows. Any other gaps in your memory? Grish grunts. He's clearly frustrated to have shown his weakness to you. You move towards the elevator, but Grish puts out a heavy hand, blocking your path. I'm not gonna let you do this without me. could join me. I don't join you, program. You join me. Your boss called me. Not my choice. You push forward. He's surprised. Let's work together. You reached out a hand. He takes it, shakes it. All right. The most sincere smile of the night plays across Grish's face. Prince is upstairs. He'll be waiting for you, for us. What's he like? Fine, a little too fixated on the users, but fine, I think I scare him a little. The elevator door is open. Time to visit the man who called you here. Parallel process, find a partner. That's an achievement I just got. Prince may consider this an office, but it's more of a shrine. User memorabilia lines the walls. Prince stands by the window, looking out over the city. He turns and smiles as you both enter. You accepted Grish's help. Found a friend, Grish. Grish snorts. You hired one for me, Prince. I did, and you seem exceptionally happy to have the company. Prince chuckles to himself. Very glad you could join us, Query. You come very highly recommended. I do the work. So I've heard. Welcome. Prince steps in front of his office. He registers your confusion at the bright lights on its surface. A little showy, perhaps. I've been told it looks like a shrine, but much like the users, I enjoy a little theater. What happened here? That's a longer conversation, I fear. Prince smiles another smile. It is a smile calculated in its charm, a kind of self-conscious allusion to kindness that you've only ever seen in those with assured authority. Grish, still standing, tenses. He's seen that smile too many times. Tell me, Query, for whom do you fight? Kind of wish there was another answer in this. Also, I just noticed that you guys can't even see the answer, so I should probably move myself. We'll go on this side. I didn't realize till now that you guys couldn't see what the answers were. These questions. That's on my bad. But you guys can see it now. I fight for the users, I fight for the programs, or I fight for myself. I don't know what the best answer is here. So I kind of wish there was another one. Let's go with this one. Far less charming than before. Well, at least you're honest, I suppose, but be careful. Day may come when you'll be measured against the ethics of those above us or below. Prince steps back into the window. Flynn built this world for us, Query. He built us an ark safe from clue. His intolerance of our kind. We must never forget what we owe. His grace we rely upon. We saw the potential of the ISOs and our value. Your order was created with similar optimism, the disciples of Tron. Independent seekers of truth in the face of tyranny. It's all very impressive, I'm sure. You too are part of Flynn's design. Don't forget it. He will return. I don't think he's coming back. Fortunately, my faith is not dependent on your opinion, program. Grish tenses. The boss and I have very different views on the subject. I fight for the programs as a repository. The war they taught us to fight for the one next to us. Keep things simple. Prince frowns. Your loyalty to those around you is why I indulge in your argumentative behavior, Grish. But loyalty without faith is a fickle thing. My faith is strong. Not entirely convinced, Prince moves towards a bookcase. My interest in the uses goes beyond blind faith. I imagine you've noticed my collection. Very impressive. Thank you. Does any piece in particular catch your eye? Those colorful boxes. Prince moves to the shelf, removing a box. This is a form of user entertainment, a video. Stored on an analog magnetic tape, they record fictional performances and share or sell them to each other. He smiles as he looks at the tape. This is apparently one of Flynn's favorites. I've not watched it, but the user on the cover looks heroic enough. It's an identity disc? Prince shakes his head. Nowhere near as precise. Events are shown in an abbreviated fashion. In a two-dimensional image, no internal processes are recorded. They are obtuse, abstract. But according to our records, users love them. Prince places the box back on the shelf. Hey Katie, what's up? Good evening. It's going pretty good. We're playing this Tron game. Fascinating. Prince smiles. Indeed. Prince's face stiffens. For the first time, he lets the stress of recent events show his face. Prince? It's possible to tell if Grish is sympathetic or frustrated. Tonight, the unacceptable has occurred. Our repository has been broken into, and our work is in great danger. I'm sure Grish told you about the explosion, our vault. They have been attacked. I don't know for sure who did this, but I have my suspicions. I need to know who's responsible and what they stole from us. What was in the vault? Good question. I don't know. We serve at the pleasure of Core, and they move items in and out as they please. He looks down. I wish I had a better answer, but for now, I am as in the dark as you. My building is host to a great many treasures, but presumably tonight someone stole our greatest jewel. Prince gestures broadly. The programs with the answers are throughout this tower. I'm hoping that an outsider like yourself may be able to find the truth of all this. I'd start with the crime scene itself, or the suspect we already caught. It was necessary to contain the threat. Absolutely. Grish turns to you. Visiting dignitary. I don't like new faces, not when there's an coincidental explosion moments after their arrival. One of my men secured the prisoner immediately. We've created temporary accommodations in the library. Give my apologies to Ada when you see her. Not exactly her role to play jailer. I'll start with the vault. No need to tell me, program. The DA are independent of my authority. I hope that you also remember your oath of non-interference. Come back here when you have anything to tell me or questions that I can answer. Prince's smile broadens. It's been good to talk to you, Query. I'll make it known to my staff that you are to be supported in your investigation. I believe you can do good work here. This is my repository. I will do everything I can help you. Come to me if you need anything. You leave the office, Grish follows. For the users. Yeah, that pizza looked good yesterday, right, Katie? I also was jealous of Majin's pizza yesterday. It looked pretty good. Spyro 3 Platinum Grind? Oh, man. Skateboarding trophies? Really? They're hard? What, you gotta do like all kinds of tricks and shit, or what? The memory of great energy hangs in the air. The vault, what's left of it at least, is incredible. Hot red light permeates every corner, highlighting the blue cracks and damage of the explosion. The heat of the light is matched only by the cold of the wind blowing through from the outside. In the place of the vault interior is the gaping wound of a blast. I may have missed some of what happened. Gaping wound of a blast of wood. The light of the city outside is weightless. Slumped in the corner, you see the only other program present, a guard. An exhausted face looks up and back at you. The clothes are more ornate than Grish's. This isn't one of his guards. A core honor guard, maybe? What happened? A good question. You turn to Grish. This will be delicate. You lead. Whatever they were guarding is gone. They didn't talk much after the explosion. I left them here to recover. He stands back by the door as you approach. Hey, what's your name? It's only now that you realize looking at the guard how young they are. Their hair and uniform are pretty messed up. But this guard isn't more than a kid. The kid left the guard something worth destroying this vault over. I'm Query. I'm here to help. Okay. Am I in trouble? I think the trouble's past. Uh-huh. This is going nowhere fast. The guard needs help. Likely this close to a blast. Their entire memory is locked out. Kneel down in front of them. Gesture towards the identity disc on their back. I'm a query, a dot. You said that already. I did. If you let me, I can skim your disc, help you put some of the details together, maybe start to figure out what happened here. Okay, they understand. You reach over, take their disc, time to make some connections. You gotta get a big amount of points, which just means doing tricks, but you gotta get like 10,000 points in 2 minutes. You did it, but you were Asian? Dang. If you're lucky, blockers may turn a gap of 2 cards into a gap of 3. If you like to skip a defrag puzzle, you can do so from the pause screen. Yeah, Katie. Seems that way, right? You replace the disc on the guard's back. Cass, my name is Cass. To start, you smile and help Cass to their feet. Cass began to trust you. What do you remember? They squint, considering. Not much. I remember the explosion, energy, and light all around me for a microcycle, and then you. You look out to the gaping void of the vault and the city lights beyond. You remember anything else? Anything at all? Cass steps over to look over the city with you. Like what? A program? Anyone else here before the explosion? Cass considers. I don't remember anyone. I was alone before it happened, I think. It's hazy. Trying to be helpful, I swear. I'll just keep slipping through my fingers. Explosion fried their memories. They'll need to come back, work through this with them. The only witness barely remembers anything beyond their name. You have any questions for me? 1. What's Dot? Chuckle, you've never been asked that before. Saying dot tends to make programs less talkative, if anything. Have you heard of Tron? Program we fought for the users? You guys seem confused by their own question. Huh, a story I remember being told a long time ago. You smile. Yes, well, my order bases itself on his example without the allegiance part. I believe in finding the truth without fighting for any one side. Truth should exist outside of that. At least that's what I was taught. Cass nods solemnly. Walk back towards the door. Grish is waiting for you. Tough kid. I've always admired the Corps honor guard. Ruthlessly efficient, best on the grid. You know Grish's respect, not something you've seen much of tonight. You hope it's well placed. We should move on. He's right. It's time. Perhaps the prisoner in the library will have more to say. I think I'm gonna lower the music volume just a little bit. I can tell it's a little too loud, so might as well do that. The library is vast. Undulating, distant platforms hang from the walls. The air is wet. The cold white glow of space dreamlike. But it is the trees that make the grandest impression. Tall and old and possibly complex. They curl and swirl and their energy falls before you. This isn't the place to be comfortable. Learn what you want to from the library, but remember we're here so you can question the suspect. You gotta correct him, but before you can, you're interrupted. You brought a friend, Grish? A program stands next to you, glowing white like the room around her. You enjoy my garden? I've never seen anything like this before. Her eyes dart across the space. You have. This place is very special. She kneels down, checking the leaves of a tiny plant at her feet. She turns over in her fingertips, inspecting the return. Content, she stands up, smiling again. Grish smirks. I am Ada. Welcome to my garden. Beautiful. Different smile, something approaching pride. You have the sense you never admit as much, though. Thank you, Quarry. This is the greatest library on the grid. It is the centerpiece of the repository. It's the very purpose of its existence. Before you lies the grand total of knowledge from nearly 2,000 cycles of our society. From the founders to this moment, all of it, pristine. Ada walks over to a tree, grand and towering. She reaches out a hand, brushes a leaf, letting its energy fizzle at her touch, a crackle of utter sonic complexity. You've seen trees before, I imagine. Of course. Do you know what they are? Is that a trick question? No tricks. Trees are data, records of our history, not individuals, but an entire society. They are a memory at a cultural level. I understand you work with identity discs as part of your investigations. Has the similarity between those forms and that of data you see in your travels never struck you as interesting? She pulls her hand away from the leaf. Your order, the dot, you do not interfere. You seek truth, but seek to have no impact on the world you investigate. The echoes of your kind in my garden are quieter than most. You believe her. It is as intended. I have questions. I'm sure you do. Ask them. Take your time, and then I have someone to introduce you to. Remember why we're here, program. At multiple points in your investigation, you have the opportunity to dig deeper via the investigation choices marked with a magnifying glass. Take your time. Press as many as you like, then move on. Any memory loss? She looks confused. There seems to be some of it going around, maybe linked to the explosion. No, nothing. Maybe we are insulated from the bulk of it. The trees blocked the storm. Not all of them survived, though. Some of my saplings, the recent and obscure, seem to have been shattered by the force of the explosion. I may be able to rebuild the plant, but I'm sure I've lost a great deal. I'm sorry. Heavy pause. Ada holds back tears, but you note the subtle effort. It is a shame, but of course nowhere near the suffering my fellow programs have experienced. I hope you can help them. It is a blessing you're here tonight. Flynn be thanked. Trees occur naturally. Why have a garden? The data of the trees of the wild is rich, but they capture all around them. But the noise is also chaotic, unguided, raucous even. In my library, I can cultivate the data, refine it, prune it, and I can find the truth and preserve it for future generations. Sounds like an enormous task. Ada exhales, almost a chuckle. It is, but I have the time and relatively few interruptions until tonight. I am grateful to do what I love. I believe her. I know my role. Let's move on. As you wish. The librarian motions toward the center of the library. A platform juts out into the humid air. Please follow me to the observation deck. You accepted Grish's help, both of you. As you walk, she explains, under normal circumstances, this is a space of tranquility. The observation deck provides a place to meditate, to consider the knowledge collected. To knock on the sky, listen to the sound. A student of Flynn? I read. Indeed, you're in the right place. Continue walking. Bright energy field surrounds the end of the platform. Ada notes your reaction. A safety measure. Under normal circumstances, it would be unfortunate to fall from the perch. Grish smiles. And a perfect prison under irregular circumstances. You are now close enough to see that the energy field has an occupant. An exceptionally tall figure, sitting cross-legged in its center. I will leave you alone with him. I encourage you to be respectful. This is, after all, an ambassador, a guest in my garden. A traitor in our midst. Ada winces. My guest, Grish. Grish gestures her away. The man in the energy field looks up to you as you approach. Sad eyes peer out from a strangely pale face. Faceted and lit by two bright eyes is a timeless face. One you instinctively know has seen a great deal. Greetings programs, Grish sneers. So they are known as Sierra. Greetings. I should introduce myself. I am Sierra, ambassador for the Automata. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Query of the Dot. I've been asked to investigate events tonight. I've been told you are a criminal, but I will form my own opinion. You have my word. You nod respectfully. Grish grimaces, unimpressed. Sierra smiles. You'll find yourself fascinated by the structure and patterning of his face, the way it contorts in a flawed attempt to mimic a very user expression. Try not to stare. He notices. Am I your first automata, Query? Yes, I'm sorry for staring. Looks at you quizzically. It can be strange to be exposed to the new. The automata have kept to ourselves for some time. It is reasonable that the rest of society will be surprised by our appearance. In truth, I am proud of the difference. We choose not to look like the users of myth, but walk our own path. You look userish? That is intentional. I am an ambassador. I approach other programs on their own ground and therefore must do what I can to make them comfortable. Regrettably, that comes at the cost of my expression of my kind's true programmatic beauty. His smile broadens. Let's get to the matter at hand. My crimes. You accepted Grish's help. Grish steps forward. You know what you did. Grish, do you even know what you're accusing me of? Grish tightens, his frustration growling. Directness seems to be the best path. Did you steal something, Sierra? Sierra feigns sorrow. You figured it out. Yes, I did. I stole an enormous amount of something very, very special. My pockets are filled with ill-gotten wealth. I specifically and with forethought came to the repository today to steal from you, and specifically to steal from Grish here. Grish's fist tightened. A flash of light plays across his eyes. Tell the truth, liar. Prisoner stands slowly. He's a giant, almost twice your height. He looms over you. There is a great strength there, but also gentleness to his posture. You charm Sierra. I am not your enemy, Quarry, and I don't believe you are mine either. I'll happily answer your questions if you return to me. I will help in every way I can, but I fear I'm as ignorant as anybody else here. He points at Grish. But that one cannot join us again. His mind is locked on target. He will not find your real culprit for you. Sierra turns his back to you. Your conversation is over for the time being. Chris needs to hear what happened here. Well, we haven't found out a lot yet, other than names of 2 individuals. And that there was an explosion and something was robbed. The office is still as grand and impressive as it was the last time you were here. You and Grish approach. A silent nod indicates that your colleague wants you to take the lead again. Prince stands at the window. As you approach, he turns, a smile of recognition. Welcome back, program. How are things? A shrug. I fear things will continue to slide in your absence. I find myself increasingly forgetful. Some kind of lasting symptom of the explosion, you think? That seems to be the case. I've heard. I find it profoundly unsettling to be myself, but also to have parts missing. I am a program that prides myself on the memory my user given. Your selfishness annoyed Prince. I forgot myself for a moment. You don't believe in users, only your own selfish whims, correct? Tonight, I am jealous of the programs out there who continue their ebb and flow untouched by what has happened. How many programs function entirely in the dark? How many remain ignorant? So peaceful. Then teach them. Smirk. And how would I do that? Let them in to see your library. Chaos. It would be impenetrable to them. Data must be managed, controlled. Prince wobbles slightly, intercepted. Grish notices. Are you alright, Administrator? Find your first Codex hotspot, Disciple of Tron. He straightens. Of course, I'm just a little bit off balance from tonight's events. I find it hard to focus on the detective's points and questions. I've forgotten so much from earlier. You can help program? That's all I've been doing all night. Well, was that a tone? Prince takes the disc from his back, hands it to Grish, who hands it to you. Oh yeah, Yorko. Some of those, I'm telling you, man, some of those puzzles are just the worst. Not a fan. A lot of them. the point of having this here if it ain't gonna work, man? Why can I only move these? What is that? Why is that the case, right? I just don't understand how this shit's supposed to go. Like, I can't do anything else. Every time I do move something, it always tells me to undo a move, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm just gonna skip this, bro. I don't want to do this. Hand the disc back to Grish, who places it on Prince's back. Prince stretches, rolling his neck, and smiles to himself. Ah, that's better. His face turns to you. So what is your conclusion in this case? It's really the same. Yes, quite. I respect your discretion in the matter. How long does it usually take? As long as it takes. What's your tone, program? Prince tightens. Time is short and it is important for your work here, Swift. I am of course comfortable to answer any questions you might have of me. Or Grish here. Before you resume your investigation, ask as many as you like. Why hide away all this information? Did Ada not give you her usual speech about pruning and refining information? Prince smiles. You don't hide anything. We maintain society via careful control of data. It requires delicate and respectful touch. There's information that can kill, program. Doesn't sit well with you. How long before the explosion did Cass arrive with the item for storage? Barely enough time for us to register the arrival on our systems. Whoever did this, they knew ahead of time. They planned this. It's not good. Points to someone with information about our procedures. Oh, it's far worse than that. It implies the involvement of someone with information about the procedures of Core. Prince winces. Whoever did this knows more about the comings and goings of our vault than I do. How will Sierra's fellow programs react to his imprisonment? Prince laughs. Not well, I imagine. As you no doubt gathered from your conversation with him, his kind, the automata, stand directly opposed to the sanctity of our civilization. They blaspheme and they mock, and they bring nothing back to back up their outlandish claims. They refuse the existence of the users, but can provide no evidence of their absence. It is infuriating. Prince shrinks back from his little tirade. More of his kind every day, making demands of the rest of us. I sincerely hope they're not foolish enough to start a fight over this. You are uncertain of his sincerity. No more questions. As you wish. Prince's head tilts slightly to the side and he raises 2 fingers to the near incoming message. He looks back at you, a determined flash to his eyes. It would appear that we have an issue. Where? Prince appears shaken. My exterior guards tell me that a known criminal has just landed on the building. Her name is Proxy. Have you encountered her before? Name rings a bell. Should. I believe she's wanted for a number of crimes, some of the worst imaginable. She's a thief, a pirate, no respect for the work done up here. Prince goes to a shelf and begins to pack a few things into a small bag. There's no coincidence. She must surely be involved in the theft tonight. I am moving to a secure location, Grish. You're coming with me, as you wish. Corey, for my security, I'm afraid I can't tell you where I'm going. I will still be in the repository, but I will be unavailable for now. He finishes filling up the bag and seals it. I know your order doesn't engage in ongoing events, so you are forbidden from interfering. But I need you to reconsider that oath in the service of myself, our work, and Core. I need you to go up there and meet this interloper. I need you to find out her involvement in the vault explosion and prevent her from doing any more damage. When the time is right, I will return. I will ask questions. That's all I need for now. Prince chose to trust you. I trust you'll make the right decision if one must be made. Picks up the bag and heads for the elevator. Grish falls behind Disc and Head. She's on the landing pad, Quarry. I suspect some of your answers are up there with her. Digital Frontier. Get your bearings. Ai-san, thank you so much for the raid. Arigato. Ure-san, Yuribum-san, Mejiro-san, Obu-san, Tora-san, Nao-san, Lily-chan, Miyaro-san. Hello. Irashai, everyone. Hello. Hello. Ai-san dance. Parizu, hello. Twitch 11247. Hello. Ohayo gozaimasu. Hello, everybody. Irashaimase. Hola, Ai-san. Hello. How is everybody? Ai-san, how was your stream, Ai-san? Ole, ole. Aisan Mambo. Aisan Mambo, Aisan Mambo, Aisan Mambo. Yata, sugoi. Nice, nice. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu, Aisan, for the raid. Thank you, thank you. How are you? How is everybody? What were you doing today? Just chatting. What were you chatting about, Aisan? It was fun. It was fun. We were just talking. Okay, cool, gotcha. Nice. That's cool. Hope you had a good stream, my son. I hope it was a good one. I'm playing Tron Identity. I like Tron, so we're trying out this game. I've never played it before until now, so see how it is. The landing pad just juts out of the side of the repository like a grid bug climbing steadily to the mountain. You're starting to relate to the grid bugs. You're no negotiator. You have never interacted with an active crime directly. The disciples of Tron investigate. They do not instigate. A yell tears through the rain, breaks your progress. Greetings, program! She stands in the center of the platform. Behind her, a stolen recognizer takes off, soaring back into whatever corner of the city is usually hidden. She walks towards you. Her swagger implies casual charm, but you can sense readiness to strike. Dangers may not be present. What did she say? Or what did it say? Danger may not be present, but it's certainly pre-cached. I said greetings, program, but playful anger crosses her eyes. Do you have a name? Mumin-san, arigato for the follow. Sorry. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu for the follow. Thank you. I'm Query. She laughs at you. You're more of a riddle wrapped up in an enigma. No, it's... I know. You're a dot, right? Sworn to find the truth outside the wheels of the power, etc., etc. But it's still a charmingly fitting name. I'm Proxy. I'm sure you've already been told a great deal about me. Why don't you give me your side of it? I'm a scoundrel, a ne'er-do-well, good for nothing. Well, except liberating the property of bigger scoundrels. He's a little sarcastic bow. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I think we're going to be very good friends, Detective. Foxhound, thank you. She's toying with you, testing your boundaries. Before you ask me your questions and get to negotiating what happens next, I have one pressing question, if I may. Go for it. That's not a question and an observation, really. It unsettles me. My question is, why is this landing pad not secure? No guards, nothing preventing my landing, unloading. My code wisp was trapped to me. I should have been surrounded by 6 angry programs with discs in their hand as soon as I set foot on such a sacred ground. The word sacred was stressed, rigged for every available drop of sarcasm. No offense, but you're not as scary as the welcome I anticipated. Something happened here? Are the usual programs occupied? You know what happened. I do, but you look so keen on explaining. Silence. She giggles to herself. An explosion tore apart your vault, and when someone like me sees that happen to a facility legendary for its security, I think to myself, maybe there's an opportunity. And then when I arrive and see that the guards have scattered elsewhere, I become certain that there's an opportunity. She gestures at you. You're all they had to send up to me, no doubt tightening security around the zealot Prince. How is Grish, by the way? Aisan, thank you so much. Have a good day at work. Que tengas un buen día en el trabajo. Muchas gracias por el raid. Y te veo después. Thank you again, Aisan. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu for the raid. Aisan Mambo, Aisan Mambo. Have a good day, Aisan. You know each other? We used to. We fought together in the war. I think we took wildly different lessons from our time. First sign of weakness, a little sadness crosses her face. It's gone in an instant. Partitioned away under layers of bravado. Maybe because I see an opportunity to take something of my own while you're busy chasing around that other people. Why tell me? Because it's fun to have an audience. She smiles but knows it's not a good enough answer. You're Dot, you investigate, you don't prevent. It'll be long before your case officially opens against me. You'll never find me. She's working very hard to appear confident. It's almost working. Confident but out of boasts. Ask your questions then. Tell me about the war. She looks down. Nothing to tell. A bad time. A time I'd rather forget. I could help with that. She recoils. Keep your hands away from my disc if you want to keep the program. Tell me what you're gonna steal. Data. There are great secrets being kept in this building. One in particular has infinite value. I need it. She smiles, empowered even by the idea of it. How do you know it's here? Everything is here, Corey. Ada's garden contains everything our society has ever created, everything given to us by our creator. When Flynn created this grid, he left behind a code which would empower a program in ways we cannot imagine. Give him abilities beyond anything any program has ever possessed. I will find that code tonight. It's here somewhere. Where? I don't know. I will. Are you gonna hurt programs tonight? Only those I need to, those that get in my way. Matter of fact, to the point, no bravado. De-resing is easy for you? She gestures as if throwing her disc. It's all in the wrists. Do what I have to survive. She holds your eyes, no budge. Let's move on. Good, I think I'm done talking. Her tone has shifted. The bravado of earlier has slipped away. She's finished playing. I'm gonna walk past you now. I'm gonna walk past you into the repository. Once there, I will do what I have to find what I came for. Need to get out of my way. She reaches into her back, draws her disc. It sparks and shivers with energy. You have no doubt she knows how to use it. I'm not your enemy. Good, don't forget it. A bullying tone. You don't like it. You wonder how she'll use this power she covets. And then it happens. She moves fast, closing the gap between you and holding her identity disc to your neck. You feel the sizzle of it brush against you. You instinctively draw your own disc, just like you were taught. Hold it millimeters from her neck. A few particles of her hair turn to the light and drift off the platform, silenced by your weapon. You're fast, program. She jumps back, adopting a throwing stance. You mirror her. Stop. I don't want to fight. I promise you, unless you lower your disc, there will be one. And it will be brief. She stands ready, a stalemate. This moment matters, a choice either way. You open your right hand, dropping the disc to the floor beneath you. It clanks, metal against metal. I'm not your enemy, Proxy. My job is to investigate, not fight you. She smiles, replacing her disc on her back. I'm glad, genuine. She walks over, picks up your disc, and hands it back to you before brushing past to the elevator. Next time I see you, Corey, I will have the power of Flynn. I'll remember the respect you showed me. You let Proxy in. The elevator doors close. She is gone. The rain continues to smash the landing pad. You stand alone. You did that which no DOT must ever do. You made a decision. It's becoming a dangerous habit tonight. It's so cold out there. Trusted protocol. Allowed an outside threat to enter the repository. Let's go back to the library and talk to the Sierra over here. Library feels like a mirage. Given everything else going on in the rest of the building, it's peaceful, calm. The trees shielded those here from a memory bug. It also seems to shield them from petty concerns of Proxy and the others. As you enter, Ada rushes you over. She seems less comfortable than before. Greetings, program. Greetings again, program. She looks around, checking there's nobody with you. Definitely uncomfortable. Has Proxy been here? Ada looks back at Sierra and then to the door. No sign yet, but it's surely a matter of time. You suspect that if Proxy thought the information she needed was in the library, she'd already been there. You say as much to Ada. I suppose that makes sense. She must think it's hidden somewhere more private than my garden. Did she say what she was looking for? Some kind of superpowered modification. Ah, the key. I've heard stories too. Code that grants the powers of the user. If it exists, I've never seen it, and I've seen most things. Somewhat reassuring. Ada seems reassured. I hope I did not give you the impression earlier that I am naive. I have my dealings with the outside world. I understand the nuance of my code's work. Its ethical complexity. I have nothing but respect for you. Ada smiles, genuine, intimate. Thank you. I need to confess something to you. I'm listening. I worry that I may have played a role in the theft and now in Proxy's attempt. Working with someone on the outside? Yes, but not how you think. She breathes deeply, centering herself, eyes still closed. She continues. While I believe that information must be controlled and structured, I think that it must then be spread. Our administrator Prince has been more cautious with this than I'd like. Take Sierra over there. The automata had to send him here to bargain for access to our records. Why could he simply not share? Data pruning is important. Public access must be shaped and refined, but if the public never has access, then what purpose does it serve beyond a pretty garden inside a box? Another deep breath. A little shudder in this one. I've been releasing small packets of data. Highly curated, of course, but I've been releasing them. It was intended to inspire, but I worry that it's been too successful. Rumors of secrets still hidden here have been circulating, building interest. You think that's what brought Proxy here? In part, I think the data I shared probably put us on her map. There's nothing more precious, more important than the data we possess. The information in this room, the repository as a whole, is all we need to guide our culture. I made our work here prominent in a way that had not been before. I opened the door. You let that hang in the air for a moment. You're not responsible for the explosion. A smile. Not directly, no. I should have seen it as a likely outcome. A gift for prediction. It's a perk of my work. She steps out of your way. You should talk to Sierra. He spoke highly of you after your first meeting. Good. That would make this next interrogation easier. You walk onto the viewing platform. Sierra stands enormous, watching you approach. Query. Read any good trees lately? Too far away, but I can see some of the titles from here. Riveting. Charm Sierra. Sierra smiles warmly. I found our last conversation engaged, refreshing to experience a little respect. He leans forward. How can I help you with your investigation? I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Stand in front of Sierra. He sits. I am grateful that you came alone. Ask your questions. Tell me about Ada. He looks over at her, back to her pruning. She has been kind to me, well, as kind as the situation allows. We have had a number of conversations about this library. Did her data leaks bring you here? No, I came of my own accord, the accord of the automata. The culture is very different from the core. Our programs decide a course of actions as a group. We act to serve as our community rather than ceding power with only a select few. For a culture who believes so strongly in Clue, you don't seem to have learned the central lesson of his story. I have no complaints about my treatment by Ada. What's your opinion of Grish? I don't want to talk about that program. Damn, okay. Do the automaton want anything in particular from Core? To be left alone, mostly. Access to this data would be a beautiful addition, though. This data belongs to all programs, not a select few. Sincere answer. Where were you at the time of the explosion? I was in here with Ada. That's why my memory was unaffected. I was on a tour. You wonder why this alibi is only coming up now, why nobody asked. I suspect you know why. So you couldn't have done it. You know, I think you might be right. Sarcasm. What's up, Joe? How's it going, man? Some Tron action indeed, yeah. We're being a detective in the grid. No more questions. Good. A thought occurs to you. Why didn't Ada already tell me that you had an alibi? Why didn't Grish ask you for it? Why didn't Grish ask you for an alibi? Sierra laughs. After all you've seen, all you've investigated, you still presume that a puppet of course would actually go out of their way to be helpful. Laughs again, it doesn't feel good. Maybe I did it remotely, maybe I'm pulling the strings, maybe I masterminded that thief's appearance too. He stands up, the laughter stops. I think I'm done with this now, program. Ada runs up, hearing Sierra's bellowing laugh at the other end of the library. Is everything alright? Why didn't you tell me Sierra was here during the explosion? She looks at her feet. It was inconclusive data. You pruned. You held back just enough to stay in control, as is your nature. Sierra is staring sternly at you. I am done. I heard you. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How are you? He steps forward, brushes a hand against the force field, making it sizzle. I am innocent. Allow me to leave. Ada looks confused. But Grish commanded, Sierra points at you. He is assigned to my case. If he chooses to, he can end my questioning at any time. And if there are no questions, then I will leave. You can consider his request. Doing well, can't complain? Well, hell yeah, dude, that's what's up. Switch off the force field, Ada. Is that good? Do it. She does. Sierra stands seemingly surprised by your decision. I'm free to go? Yes, I know my way to the sprawl if I have anything else to ask. Nods, that's all the thanks you'll be getting. Steps past you and slowly makes his way to the elevator. Not been honest with me, Ada. She looks up to Sierra as he gets into the elevator. I suppose not. Force field begins to reactivate. You turn and walk away past the trees and the waterfalls. It seems more peaceful now, less corrupted. Another decision. Influencer. Inspire someone to change their path. Let's go back to the wall. Ball as much as you left it. Outside, the falling debris of this explosion have stopped, and the room has begun to cool from the rain and the wind outside. Cass stands by the hole in the vault wall. They look more confident than you remember, more ready. Yeah, it is. It's because we're kind of doing more investigative detective work, so it's like going around questioning people, trying to find clues and you know things like that. Solving a couple puzzles here and there. How's the view? Consider the question. It's the best view I can remember. Is that a joke? They're warming to you? They reach out into the void. The rain feels peculiar to me. Shouldn't. It's rain. Most common thing on the grid, right? Comes and goes. So why is it so strange? They withdraw their arm, wipe it dry on their robes. It's cold out there. Especially so tonight. So that's strange to me too, the sensation. They walk over to you. I apologize, ignore me. Everything feels strange right now. They're clearly still suffering from the damage they took in the explosion. How goes the investigation? I don't know who I can trust. Neither do I yet. I hope you can help me with that. Small smile, which swiftly drops from their face. And now new programs are joining us. New faces for me to try and remember. You heard about Proxy? I did, from Prince. He made Grish bring him here to meet me. Apparently he had to see me for himself. He seemed scared. Prince, I mean. Grish seemed to be quite excited by the idea of a fight. It's endlessly fascinating to you how fast information travels in confined spaces. Ironic to see the same in a place so defined by secrecy. You're safe. She's not interested in you. If you say so, we'll leave it there. Cass seems frustrated. Whatever I was guarding, it's safe to assume I failed in my task. I can't let that happen. Meaning? Meaning I want to help you. This is not uncommon among victims of crime. You need to contextualize them. They need to contextualize themselves as active participants by assigning blame to themselves. Claw back to some autonomy. Victims are usually blameless, sometimes though. Find out what was stolen. Okay, you nod. They remove their disc and hand it to you. Their hands are shaking. Are you scared? Yes, a little, but we'll find out. They smile bravely. I want to know the truth of this just as much as you do. More, possibly. Disc holds an answer. Jesus, bro. So many numbers. What? That's not what. You hand the disc back and Cass places it on their back. Their eyes flash as they sink. Silence. Anything? They look at you. No. They look uncomfortable, frustrated. I don't know what was stolen or who stole it, or... Nothing at all? Oh no. Tears swell in Cass's eyes. I want to be helpful, I really do. I want to be the one who cracks the case and finds out what happened here. I know there's something there, I'm missing it. I know they want to help, this is heartbreaking. Cass falls to their knees, shaken. They kneel down to join them. I don't remember anything or anyone. I was alone in the vault, an explosion, oblivion. Wait. Did they... You were here for the explosion? You were alone. Realization dawns on Cass's face. I was alone. Cass was alone in the vault. New information, not much, but something to build on. Explosion was triggered remotely? Cass considers. Maybe it's possible, or maybe from the outside. Doesn't add up yet. Help Cass up to their feet. We are making progress. Slow though. For now they're right, but you have something to ask the others about. Now at least. Do you have any suspects at all? I had one, but he has an alibi. I need to tell Cass about his question. Or the decision you made. Cass nods and looks back at the window. I think I'd like to be alone for a little while if that's okay. I have to try and remember something more, anything really. You respect the request and leave as the vault continues to cool. The lobby is as you left it. A lot has shifted since you were here before. You feel almost nostalgic. Across the room stands Grish. I've been looking for you. Aren't you busy with Prince? Ha! I've taken a break from babysitting the administrator. I wanted to see if you made any progress. You impressed me while we worked together. I'm hoping that'll continue. First, I need you to clean my disk again. Still dropping memories. Prince needs me at the top of my game, and I'm far from it. Weren't expecting a thank you. Grish removes his disc, rolls around his hands, tilting it to cast a reflection of me. Me and my disc, we've been through a lot. The adjacent war, cycles of the work, keeping this place ticking over. I'm not someone who looks for help, not someone who asks other programs for anything. I function independently, but tonight I've learned something about trust. I don't know what's coming, that's why I'm asking for you to clear this up, but I'm glad we met. Thank you. He hands you the disc. Your hand hovers the surface, ignites it. Here we go again. Alright. Memory restored. Ah, that clears some of the mist. He frowns. You let Proxy in. I've heard intel that Proxy's moving to the building. My men have been unable to track her exact position, but this isn't good for any of us. There are some sensitive things contained in your secrets. Data trees. Yeah, the library is a vital asset. Its access is tightly controlled, though. You can only get in yourself because I allowed it. Ada and Sierra are secure in there. He seems pretty confident about that. You absolutely do not correct him. I made sure it made sense at the time, but you opened a dangerous door. You have to stop her before she does any damage. You lost Grish's trust. Did you say anything to you about her plans? She wanted to take advantage of the chaos. It's working. What can I help you with? Where's Prince? Chris shakes his head. No. I wouldn't tell you if you had a dish to my throat. Be safe is all you need to know. There are parts of this place only I know about. How are your men holding up? Good. They're securing floors throughout the building. I've told them to keep clear of your investigation for now. My priority is securing the repository. If Proxy came, so will others. Maybe you'll help them too. How are you doing? Alright, I'm looking forward to rejoining your investigation after this is done. Cass was alone when the explosion happened. They remember nobody in the room with him. Someone outside then, remote control. Sierra has an alibi. He scoffs. What might that be? He was in the library with Ada. When this was over, I'll ask him my own questions and consider his release. You don't tell him the choice you made for now. No more questions. Get back to Prince. They're not too bad, Majin, but sometimes they throw me off. Gesture towards the elevator. You take the hint and leave. Hopefully he can keep his side of the things together. You enter Prince's office. He and Grish are long gone. Grish didn't say where. You don't blame him. You look around. This is a good opportunity to explore Prince's collection of user artifacts. Tucked away on a shelf is a thick, heavy book. A cover shows an abstract landscape, rendered in a bright in polygons, not dissimilar to views you've seen on the side of the grid. Block capitals says ARQ XO711 instruction manual. You click through it. This is a description of a machine, but specifically a machine for housing programs. You blink. This is a book about the machine in which the grid resides, some kind of guide for users. This is profound. You skim through the book to an introduction and begin to read. Jump aboard the ARQ XO711 and be swept away to a future like none you can imagine. Congratulations on your new purchase. With the unique technology at the heart of NCOM computers, you can feel confident that no matter what the task, your hardware will be up to the challenge. Sit back, relax, and float above the flood of lesser hardware with the powerhouse that can take you anywhere. That you can take with you. Keep flicking through sections of specific software, spreadsheets, word processing, games. You remember hearing Weiss programs speak of other computers or many grid theory. This book seems to back that up and implies that many users have their own computers. The concept is terrifying. Find a section with strange words and symbols. They call it code. Instructions, ancient runes with and with which one can actually build programs. This is Flynn's method. This is how we created this place, how he created us. No, it said that we manifested later, but Flynn seeded the world with this code. This is a recipe for life itself. Place the book on the shelf, a little shaken by how close you were to the truths you cannot fathom. You shiver, then your focus returns. You walk over to the shelves on the left. A small statue sits up on the shelf. It is simple, white plastic with printed blue highlights, but you recognize it instantly as Tron himself. I'll take it away from the shelf. You've never seen a statue like this before. Intricate hinges attach his limbs. You can fold and move them in simulation of movement. If this is a user toy. Is this a user toy? If so, how do the users know the story of Tron too? We were raised with stories of Tron, his fight for the users, his eventual disappearance. The disciples of Tron model themselves on his example, seeking truth and justice, standing up to power, new or old. Tron was programmed to fight for the users, but DOT fight only for the truth. I'd like to meet him one day, if he still functions. Place the statue delicately back where you found it. A slightly crumpled piece of paper is tucked between two other boxes. You pull it out. It's an article of some kind. You read it. Renaissance Man by Ethan Romero. First thing I learned about Edward Dillinger was his taste in helicopters. As I sat waiting for him at the rooftop bar of 1 Moss Street, I was startled to see a jet black helicopter fly past the window, illuminated decadently with red strip lighting. My subject would later explain to me that he found the red glow soothing after a long day staring at computer screens. To me, it was pure showmanship. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Skip forward a few paragraphs. Dillinger laughs, his English lit, giving an impression of a man out of time, a man with a more sophisticated past, perhaps. Of course, this is an illusion. My subject is a man of the future, a great inventor, famous for his pioneering work in artificial intelligence. He waves any celebration away, of course. For him, his proudest work is in the field of arcade video games. He aspires to be an artist in the field, and envisions a day where these electronic fancies are as celebrated as poetry, music, and film. I chuckle at this, but he seems ardent. Never heard of this man. Skip a few more paragraphs ahead. Dillinger has recently crafted his most important invention of all, sun. I will ask if Eddie Jr. shares an inventive streak. He assures me that Eddie is already showing an aptitude for mathematics and computing. He's a born leader too, with a ruthless command of the sandbox. He's running rings around his kindergarten teachers. Dillinger told me that the boy doesn't suffer fools gladly, like father, like son. There's only so much sycophancy you can stomach at a time, especially for a user you've never heard of. Turn the clipping to its nook on the shelf. The device blinks with a red light in the corner. You pick it up. Small buttons cover its surface. The blinking light radiates from a tiny screen. Press 1 and a simple image of the screen blinks to the right. Another button, and the image blinks left. Press another button and the image blinks up at the screen. Realize these buttons indicate movement. Press another button to the right. A smaller image blinks out first. This is some kind of representation, a simulation. Is this the first image of a program and another, a disk being thrown? Why would Prince have such a thing? Why would anyone bother to make it? You walk over to the shelves on the left. You reach for a jacket hanging in the corner. An odd garment, gray chest and cuffs with red sleeves. Collar looks vaguely military. 2 large pockets flank the chest. A practical item. You've never seen anything like it. No light and the material feels alien, otherworldly. Does this belong to a user? Someone important enough for Prince to have in his collection? You poke the strange clasps, presumably designed to hold it together. Ever the detective, you reach carefully into a pocket, your hand brushes over some small cards. You pull them out. Duplicates. Each one printed in red, bright red. Flynn's Arcade. Huh. You replace the jacket You replaced Jack carefully. You rather nothing was out of place. Prince's return. Take one last look at the place. Next time you're here, you'll see Prince back at the window. Probably won't let you look at his toys again. Head back out the way you came in. Everything exactly where you found it. Alright, well, at least we investigated all that we could there. Right? Where do we go next? The rain is deafening now, like the users themselves are mocking in the hubris this place represents. The landing pad isn't as empty as when you saw it last. You see proxies glow at the other end of the landing pad immediately. Wait a minute. Going way too fast. I should probably turn off the auto thing. Green refracted through raindrops. You're more surprised by the program at her feet. Red light shines from his deafened figure. It's Prince. Hello, Corey, she yells through the blast of the rain as you approach. Be a good program. Turn around and walk back in. Continue your precious investigation. Prince looks up. He's clearly against his will. He put up a fight. What do you want with Prince? He knows where the user key is. He's the administrator of all Core's little secrets. Prince inhales to respond, but she kicks him before he can do so. Grown-ups are talking, Prince. Prince straightens up and speaks, although it seems to take some effort. I don't know where this user key is, I'm afraid. I don't even know what it is. Roxy laughs. Keep saying that, or that it's a myth, a fairy tale maybe, but I can tell you're lying. How can you tell? He's a core administrator. If he's talking, he's lying. Prince locks eye contact with you, begging for your help. Nod to him. What exactly are you planning here? Roxy smiles. It's simple. This one knows where the user key is or can lead me to someone who does. I was naive to think it'd be as easy as showing up here and collecting the prize. No, instead I'm going to take him far from this place. Take my time. Introduce him to some of my least savory friends. We'll find out the truth. Prince musters some courage. You'll never make it out of the city. Core will hunt you. They'll find and punish you for what you've done here tonight. Oh, I intend to, but not without Prince. As loud as the rain is, it cannot compete with the crashing noise behind you. As you turn, you see Grish marching towards you. Step away, pirate. Glad you could join us, Grish. I was just about to make my goodbyes. Grish growls and reaches for his disc. Proxy pulls hers down and holds it to Prince's neck. Not another millimeter, guard. Hands by your sides and disc on your back. Grish does as he's told and Proxy withdraws her disc a little. It stays in her hand though, ready if needed. Don't test me again, program. Let's all calm down here. Roxy nods. Yes, sound advice. We're all here to do our jobs. Grish steps forward. You're no ally of mine, Query. While we were hiding from this thief, you were freed our only suspect, working with our enemies. Prince winces, breaking eye contact. Tierra was all we had, and you let him walk away. Try to play peacemaker out here, but all you do is let the bad ones go free. Thought you were on our side. I thought you seek the truth and want answers. Now I just see you want chaos. Forget who you work for. I work for the truth. Do you? You don't seem to have found much of it. Grish shakes his head. Thought you were a detective and you never questioned your own presumptions. What do you mean? Prince pointed it out. I missed it too. We went to visit Cass on our way to hide. Boss wanted to get a sense of them. Well, he did. Prince speaks croakily, barely audible over the rain. New face. Prince is a professional host. He knows everyone who regularly passes through here. He never met Cass before. We're focused on the details of Cass's memories. Grish puts his hand up. It doesn't matter, you missed it. Enough! Pettiness like this is why the grid below hates your kind. We struggle when we work. None of it matters in the face of your mediocrity. Proxy presses something on her back, and light flashes in a starburst behind her. A wing shoot. She's gonna jump. Myself and the administrator are leaving. Let's keep it simple. Don't follow me, they'll try to stop me, and everyone lives. Proxy grabs Prince. Grish freezes. Prince looks at you, wide-eyed with fear. You reach for the disc on your back. Draw it. Don't be a fool, program. Gripping Prince tightly, Proxy walks back on the edge. She smiles. Pleasure working with you, Query. I hope we meet again someday. And with that, she jumps backwards off the ledge, falling quickly out of view. Grish is stunned. He walks forward, muttering under his breath before turning angrily to you. We will find her. Grish doesn't turn back from the edge of the landing pad. We're not going to have a conversation. We're not going to figure out the blame or a plan or a solution. You're my enemy now, Corey. I won't stand between you and your investigation. Cora wants you here, but we are not allies. I'm going to put things back together inside. I'm going to resume the lockdown. I'm going to try and keep everyone who remains safe. Do what you have to do and then leave. He turns and without looking at you, marches back into the building. You're alone now. You have no idea what happens next. You have a lead. That's something. Lost faith. Allow an important program to be taken. Oh, man. The library's as vibrant as ever, but there's nothing to do here at the moment. Okay. You return to the vault, a little shaken by recent events. It's as cold as it in here as the dining pad, but at least it's drier. Cass is waiting and walks up to you as you enter. Are you okay, Query? Strange to be the one in need of comfort, but Cass has obviously noticed something. A lot's happening. I've heard programs whispering. I assume you'll tell me when you think you need to. Tell me how long you've been a guard. I don't know. I seem young, so maybe not very long. Cass looks at you quizzically. Something you're not saying. Do you know something new? I'd like to hear it if you do. Cass has always been direct with you. You owe them the same. Heard you're a new face around here. They ponder. Thought Prince seemed strange when meeting me. A stranger, I suppose. I don't have a frame of reference, but if you say so, I believe you. They glanced down at their uniform, resplendent, then take their identity disc from their back. Want to help me get to the bottom of this? The explosion sure is making my job more difficult. Are you lying to me, Cass? If I am, I'm lying to myself too. Help me figure it out. Cass smiles sweetly and hands you the disc. When you take it, they put their hand on your shoulder. Thank you, friend. Maybe this will be the last time. We'll figure it out. That I'm a janitor and we can all go home. We'll see about that, huh? Refractor. Solve a disc with swapper errors. Gas falls to the ground in front of you. Oh no. Oh no. You kneel down in front of them. What did you see? I saw everything. Cass is confused, their eyes darting around. They stand back up, a little unsteady. Did you see? In the cloud, did you see what I saw? You saw something. It was hazy, uncertain, a silhouette. The thief? No, a good man. That figure was the guard assigned to my cell. A beat, you're confused. Cass was a prisoner. I was a prisoner, Query. Somewhere cold and dark. Not this place, somewhere else. I was locked in a box. For as long as I've been alive, I've been locked in a box. So how did you get here? I was transported, dropped off. I've been a prisoner for so long. The guard of my memory, he gave me this uniform, took pity on me. He said it was cold. They nod, yes. It's fascinating to me that all of my memories, the key was a good program, did me a kindness. Well, one kindness. One kindness among many cruelties. He kept me locked up. Probably helped me with my transfer here. I think I'm on my way to somewhere else. Cor was moving me because of what happened on the prison. Look, a terrified realization crosses Cass's face. I'm the explosive. This was me. I moved here on my way to a more secure location because it's happened before. I'm the danger. Explosive? How do you survive that? Confusion. I don't know. None of this makes sense. Cass is overwhelmed, scared. It's all flooding back. I need time to process it. But I'm not sure if the crime you were brought here to investigate happened. I think I might be in a lot of trouble. They inhale slowly. If you have questions, I can answer them, but I think I need some space for a couple of milliseconds. How long were you locked up? I don't know. The memories overlap, fuse. I don't know their order, their casuality. I have no idea how long I was there before I was moved here. Tell me about the guard who gave you these clothes. He was called Corey, I think. Kinder than he needed to be. He smuggled me in a uniform, told me it was old, nobody would miss it. It was so cold in that cell. Thank the users for his small kindness. Indeed. What causes the explosion? I don't know. I'm guessing it's involuntary. I have to believe I didn't do this on purpose. They don't seem completely convinced in that. But this wouldn't be their first case you've seen where a program commits themselves of their own innocence. Defense mechanism, maybe? I think Corey's likely angry with us both. More questions. Rest. Okay, thank you, Corey. Let yourself out as Cass looks across the city. The hole they made. That's not the only gap here. There are more threads that you'll need to pull on before the night is over. This doesn't add up yet. So that makes sense though, that Cass was the explosion. What the hell else am I supposed to investigate though? The office is still empty, but now has an emptiness, has a permanence to it. It feels odd to know you won't see him. Oh, we don't know that. He ain't dead, he just got taken away. There's a coolness to the library as you approach. You help Sierra escape. It is strangely empty without Sierra at its center. Ada stands on the platform preoccupied, looking out over her garden. She seems lost in thought as you approach. You've had quite the evening. Things do keep happening. It does appear to be a unifying law of the grid, doesn't it? You both smile, a little exhausted. It's been a long night. How are you? I'm alright. I've been shielded from much of tonight's events. It's been a little lonely since Sierra left, but it was the right decision. Sierra did nothing wrong. You're right to do something. Change the subject. Cass is also a prisoner. Tell Ada everything you know. Why would Cord do that? Maybe they're dangerous? Well, the explosions. Ada looks around the library. Earlier I described this place as a garden, a curated space for information, and to an extent, that's true. Core allows me my garden because they know this data has value. More so they keep it locked away, but that is their motivation, not mine. Ada looks down at the empty platform left by Sierra. I don't think anything is achieved by locking away things that powerful find intimidating. I think maybe you agree with that sentiment. She locks eyes with you. No, not that sentiment. Action. You freed Sierra. You did what needed to be done regardless of the consequences. It wouldn't be popular with your bosses. Ada smiles. I suspect that might have been a large part of your reasoning. Either way, you made the right choice. You inspired Ada to help. Either way, I want to follow your example. It feels right. It feels like a night for making the difficult but right decision. I want to help with you with Cass, but it feels like you're close to closure. I want to be there for them. My cheese will be safe without me. Alright. I'll go up to the vault, check on them. I imagine I'll see you there again soon. She brushes past you, moving to the exit. You stand alone in the library, the entirety of history before you. You could spend cycles here and barely scratch the surface. Another time. Lobby is empty. The energy falls remain beautiful. Nice place to visit on a calmer night. I guess we go back to the ball, huh? I mean, I don't know what else to do. The vault feels a little warmer. Inspired Ada to help. Cass stands next to Ada by the wall. They're discussing the city below you as you approach. Hello, Query. Ah, I see you made it up here, Ada. I did. Cass has been explaining more of the situation to me. It's fascinating. Sorry that diminishes the challenges you face, child. No, I understand. I think I'd find it fascinating too in your position. Cass points to the city below. I want so much to go down there, be among the programs, sink some energy, ride a light cycle, maybe take in the games. I don't think I'd ever had that freedom. If I did, it was long ago. Before I got locked in a tower. Still no memory of why? None at all. I'm eager for the answers though. I'll do whatever it takes. Maybe the memory of why you're here or of the cause of the explosion is still hidden on your disc. Cass takes a deep breath. Could be for sure, but this seems like a risky stone to turn. It might not be safe. Another detective wants to help me, but do you want to be here for this, Ada? I don't want you to get hurt. Ada takes Cass's hand. I want to start helping. Okay, do it, Query. Take the disc from Cass and begin. It's time to uncover their final mystery. Complete the fragmentation of a disk with spawners. Let's go. New memory, end of line. Both staggered a little at what you just saw. Oh no. Give the disc back to Cass. Feel the tension flow through you. Ada is confused. What? What happened? I saw it. I always see it. Oh, users. You know what you both saw. Everything falling apart. The grid itself disintegrating. Erasing into a million fractured pieces. A terrible future. What's that? Cass stumbles back from you. They're holding their head in their hands. Tears in their face, their voice quivering. The end of everything. Collapse. We're all still here. Yes. Explosion, a reaction, a realization. The grid is ending. It can't be stopped. Each time I realize that, I can't possibly know what's coming. How do you know this is real? I know. They locked me in because I'm the only one who sees it. How? I could see the end of things in the data, complex cause and effect. Every raindrop, every blinking light of the city. Truth encoded. Truth. You see it too. The end of the world. Cass begins to shake, continuing to hold their head in their hands. The realization is tearing them apart. No time. Ask me your questions. Last chance. How long do we have? I don't know, maybe 300 cycles? Not enough time to fix it. Can't possibly know that. Cass looks defeated. Why would the grid have a limited duration? Temporary home. Flynn's backup. Ada nods. We never meant to be here this long. Never came back. Now I know. How am I not exploding? Ada spot something you don't. Cass laughs. Because we're not smart enough. You didn't see for yourself secondhand. You trust, but you can't see. Think you can save us. Your hope blocks your destruction. How did this happen? How did it happen so fast this time? More input, you, the city, so much data, faster realization. You have to tell everyone. Cass smiles through the pain. I'm telling you. That must be managed. This is dangerous information. Cass winces. Everyone has a right to know. You can wipe your memory if you want. Small smile. That's okay. Explosion will do that anyway. There has to be a way for us to help you. There isn't, but thank you. I have nothing more to ask. Cass takes a deep breath. There's a flutter to their light. They're destabilizing. They walk out to the edge of the vault. Reset coming. Help me figure this out after. Stay back. Ada lunges toward Cass with a sprint. You have to let me help you. I can help you manage this information. Curate. Glass rings through the wall. Hot light knocks you from your feet. Time itself seems to stop for a moment. You taste iron and electricity as your face smashes into the hard floor of the wall. And then, silence. You stand up, dust yourself off. The sizzle of the broken light echoes through carnivorous vault. You saw Ada cease function. There is no sign of Ada. Derazed by the blast, there's nothing you could have done. And there, on the edge of the blasted vault hole, lies the fragile figure of Cass. Cass survived. You place a finger on their neck. Feel the reassuring pulse of the energy flow. They're unconscious, but they function. You're consumed by the need to tell someone what happened, to make it real, to communicate. Grish needs to hear about this. You'll only hope he'll listen. Software conflict. Witness another disaster. That's not good that Ada got derezzed, being the keeper of the library that she was. Grish stands alone in the lobby. His back to you. He's just ushered a program out of the entrance. Last of a full evacuation. Hearing your footsteps, he turns and immediately grimaces. Stand down. Charges at you, grabbing you by the neck and lifting you off the ground, or lifting you off your feet. He barks in your face. His light pulsing at the rage flows through him. You have destroyed this place. You've gotten people hurt. You do not get to tell me how you feel about my move. Humph. I said humph. Drops you, sprawling you on the floor. You speak quietly as you hold your throat. You can still fix this. And you arrive like a tank in an alleyway. Grish looms over you. You caused a trail of destruction, wiped out any chance I had of cleaning up this mess your little friend of the vault caused. He sees confusion cross your face. It baffles you that I might not know something you ever told me, doesn't it? I investigated, Corey, even without you. You couldn't stop at investigation regardless of your kind's rules. You had to intervene. I had no choice tonight. I have no idea where Prince is. I might never find him because you took it upon yourself to let a monster in the building. Prince is gone, and for what? So you could befriend a bomb with a heart of gold? They must be saved. Grish holds up a hand to silence you. You're still acting like you're in charge of your program, which shows you've learned nothing. This is already over. I've already seen you free one criminal tonight. I won't watch you do it a second time. Cass isn't a criminal. No, I suppose not. They're a weapon with no safety and no control. A criminal can be imprisoned or rehabilitated. A weapon must be disarmed. I want to say this as clearly as I can. I'm not making threats. I'm telling you what will happen if you try to do something to me. If you tried to do something stupid. Whatever trust there was between us died on that landing pad. Here's push you on your shoulder. Firm, threatening. I need you to hear this. You're going to leave the way you came in and you're not coming back. Points his other hand at the door. Now, there's more to this than you realize. Grish's grip tightens. There always is. That's why I try to focus on the big picture. It's all that counts in the end. I'm going to restore order. The evacuation is complete. I'm going to find Cass. I'm going to lock them in another vault, and I'm going to summon Core to take them away. We'll do these things, and I will begin to rebuild everything you disrupted. First, you will leave. Grish lifts up his hand off your shoulder. There's no choice this time. But not in the way he means. Don't do it, program. Do it. You turn and run towards the elevator, full tilt. You hear the smash of Grish's boots behind you as he gives chase. You're a fool. Fair. Diving into the elevator, you press a button and close the Perspex door. He smashes it with a fist. There's more to this than you understand, Grish. No, this is simple. You're a fool who doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe, but you have to finish this right. Get out of that elevator, program. Punches the Perspex. It cracks under his fist. If you do this, I'll be right behind you, and I won't hesitate to finish this. You walk into danger, you don't care what impact you have. The programs your ignorance might interrupt. I should have left you there on the sidewalk. Prince wouldn't have let you. Punches the door again. Don't you dare say his name. Look at the crack on the door. It won't hold up for another swing. Enter sequences of the elevator's keypad, activating a lock on the elevator control. An old DOT trick. What are you doing? If Grish wants to get to where you're heading, he'll need to use the stairs. You enter the code for the landing pad. Goodbye, program. The elevator ascends. Grish is coming for you. Grish locks eyes with you just as he disappears out of view. It's not over. Damn. For a moment, the sky is clear above the landing pad. You see Cass set at its edge, feet hanging over. They turn to you as you approach. Hello. Hello, Cass. Return your smile. Is that my name? No confusion crossed their face. Do we know each other? You stand next to them, look out into the city below. It's different than it was earlier, more fragile. We spent a lot of time together tonight. You're Query, right? You're a detective? You smile and nod. They smile. Are you here to help me? I hope so. Cass looks a little frightened. They hold on a little tighter to the edge of the pad. Have you been down there? It's so beautiful, so intricate. The light of hundreds of thousands of programs mingling, glowing together. I wish I remember what it was like to be there. Realize there's every chance that they never actually set foot on the ground. I need you to help me remember. You can rebuild identity discs, right? Not. They take the disc from their back. Please. This will be a little faster now, as you already know who Cass is and who seems to be anchoring. You sure you want to know? I am. Take the disc, weigh it in your hands. Defragment time, baby. New memory, a friend. Cass puts their head in their hands as memories wash over them. They begin crying. Put a hand on their shoulder. Look at their disc. You've never worked with one like it. Possible complexities, unimaginable data and density. You just dropped a lot of knowledge on Cass all at once. Might be out of your depth. Definitely out of your depth. What do you want to do? A pause in the tears. I don't know. Not a long pause. Cass looks up. I don't think I've ever been outside without rain before. He seems startled by it. Another centicycle is beginning. They look to the horizon. Sunrise? Chuck, only the users have sunrises. They wipe their face with a sleeve, sniff. I'm worried there aren't many cycles left. There has to be a way to stop it. Tess looks at you with sympathy. I like that that's where your code goes, but no, it's an inevitability of the framework of the grid. Only a user could fix it, but I don't see it. Sierra would agree. Need backup, Squarey. Need you to copy my observations, my knowledge of what's coming. I am unreliable vessel for it. I can keep you safe. Cass looks back over the grid. I'm certain you would try, but no one program can hold back core for long. Gesture to their discs, still held firmly in your hand. Copy it. You nod, taking your own disc from your back and placing the two on top of each other. Here goes nothing. It's interesting, Val. I wasn't expecting a detective kind of story from it. I don't know what this game was going to be, but I was not expecting that. Oh boy. Let's see. Why can't I just drag that over there, dude? Oh. What the fuck is this, dude? Why can't I? That was a struggle. As you hand back Cass's disc to them, your eyes pulse. So much new data. So much of it isn't decipherable. But another program will understand it if it comes to that. Cass smiles. How does that feel? What are you making, Val? You gonna make me some or what? I'm kidding. What are you making? You don't need to read the data. Let it sit within you until someone else needs it. I think you're not gonna make it. It looks like Cass looks down at the grid and says nothing. You let Proxy in. It starts raining. It starts up again. At that moment, Grish bursts to the door into the landing pad. He pants, frustrated and exhausted from the climb. Stop. Hands where I can see them. Cass raises their hands. It's okay. It isn't. This dude made it all the way up all those stairs, all the way up here, that fast? We're not a danger to you. Grish draws his disc. I saw what was left of Ada in the vault. It's over. Prince is gone because of you. You think I'll let you risk anyone else for this freak? Cass comes with me. More importantly, the rest of us will be too. can't let you do that. Grish laughs, enraged. And why is that? Take a deep breath. You don't understand what's happening. I'm the only program here who does know what's happening. You're letting a blind sense of heroism push you towards breaking every rule your kind has. And for what? Some myth about the end of the grid? I'm done talking. Grish readies his disc. Give me a cast. Come with me or it ends here. Stand between Grish and Cass. Grab your own disc and throw it at Grish. You're fast. He doesn't even have the time to throw before he's hit. Grish was de-res. Grish disintegrates into a cloud of energy blowing like dust across the landing pad. You catch your disc. Cass exhales. Now what? We have to go. Now. Cass nods. Thank you for everything you've done and everything you're about to do. I didn't have a choice. They smile, beaming, and take your hand. Show me the grid, Query. You left with Cass. You walk back to the entrance. An end, but also a beginning. It's done. Emergence. Get a program out of the repository. You step outside. The city below is exactly how you left it. Utterly ignorant of the events that you've witnessed and impacted tonight. But not for long. You stop, standing in place, and the enormity of what has happened firing through you. Are you alright, Query? Cass has been through a lot. You don't want to scare them. I need a moment. They nod. It's been a big night for you too. Take your time. I'll wait up ahead. Cass pushes forward. You're grateful for the centicycle they're giving you. Take your disc in your hands, turning it, reviewing it. It certainly needs a defrag. You've done enough of that already. You activate it, reading your data and thinking about what you saw tonight. Think about the programs you met along the way. Thoughts on Ada are mixed, and even now you're not sure whose side she was really on. Things you could learn in that library if they ever let you back in. Without Ada, you're unsure what Core will do to her guard, and a new guardian will be necessary. Whichever way it had gone with Sierra, he would have your sympathy. A program trapped in an alien with a set of constraints and politics. He didn't deserve what happened to him tonight. He hopes Sierra escaped. At least in the end, you could grant him his freedom. Regardless, he will remember what Core did. He will tell his people, and it will have its consequences. Despite what happened, you find it hard to hate Proxy. The pirate was no more self-interested than any of the other programs you met up there. She's dangerous, though, and well-resourced. Her impact could resound further through the grid. You wonder if anyone will ever find the user key she was looking for. You hope not. The repository is as much a representation of Priz as anyone else. His faith and fealty define the possibility space available to you. You feel terrible about what happened. He paid the price for the decisions you made here tonight. Wherever he is, you hope he still functions. Grish was the first program you met. Didn't dodge the light cycle. At least you set the right tone by standing up to that light cycle. You accepted Grish's help. You worked with him for a while, but he showed where his priorities were when Proxy arrived. You let Proxy in. He and as sure as Incom hated you after what happened to Priz was de-res. Better him than Cass. Cass began as a mystery, but turned to something greater, something dangerous, to the grid and to those who would control it. You left with Cass. They're waiting for you up ahead. You don't know what your future holds together, but it certainly means more choices. Logs will be written about Cass somewhere. Another data tree is sprouting. Comforting thought. Keep thinking. Consider what you learned tonight. The grid is ending. Cass saw what they saw, and now you've seen it too. This world is gonna stop. Only a few hundred cycles, a couple of user years, and everything you know will be lost. You entertain the idea that something can be done, but you've seen where good intentions can lead. You'll be haunted by this knowledge. Core's enthusiasm for control seems stronger now than ever. You see now that the repository is a prototype for a more regimented grid. It won't happen fast. Feature creep rarely does, but little by little, Core will expand their silent oversight. Cast's data is a direct affront to their dogma, information they will seek to limit to. Sierra's presence was an indicator. Automata are no longer keeping themselves in the sprawl. They're reaching out to the rest of society. Their philosophy and questions will gain volume. There are many who will find that challenging. Criminal landed on a recognizer in a core stronghold tonight. Roxy would not have come in if she were not comfortable. This place did not feel within her grasp. This may be a natural escalation, a reaction to Core's confidence. It will have been noticed by others. Consider something else. Ponder your next move. Core will not be happy with your handling of things. It is likely the DOT will feel similarly. They will be even less happy that you stole their asset. Task won't be safe out there, and now neither will you. Foxy could be helpful. Didn't end things on the best terms, but it could certainly have been worse. You don't trust anything about her except her own self-interest. That might have been enough, but you'll likely never find her now. It's going to be hard to find anyone you can truly trust. The problems Cass has exposed will not only be solved by a single hero, but those days ended with Tron. You will find a community, you just don't know where. You ponder something else. Look at your disc. For all the memories of tonight, plans for the future, the thing that matters most is a memory that isn't even yours. Cass's revelation is incendiary, necessary. Only 2 programs possess it, which makes it precarious. Core will de-res you for it if they can. You replace the disc on your back, head forward. This may be the end of the line, but it's not the end of your program or the grid. Not yet. If you've learned one thing tonight, it's that great truths cannot be contained in small boxes. Dependencies and compound errors will always make themselves known. This revelation, this prophecy cannot be contained either. The loop cannot be broken without a change in conditions. You'll find a way. Recompiling. End of line. Complete your investigation. Tron Identity. Well, there it is. That's Tron Identity. I'm curious how it would have gone if you went with some other different choices. But that was interesting. I might look into seeing what some of the other options could take you. It's a very short game though. You could always just replay it as well, so it's not too bad. Oh yeah, pretty cool though. Yeah, I like Tron, so I was curious where this game was gonna lead, like what we were gonna do in it. Like I was not expecting this to be what it was. I kind of purposely didn't look into it too much just because I wanted to play it myself. The little defragmentation of the discs puzzle minigame stuff was kind of weird. It wasn't super difficult as puzzles go, but I also sometimes don't even know how I completed them. It was pretty cool. It had some Blade Runner vibe to it. Yeah, it kind of did, right? Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it's not like the greatest game ever, but it's with the type of game that we were playing, it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. Like I was always like curious, like, who can I trust? What's gonna end up happening if I choose this thing or that thing, So it was, it was enjoyable. I liked it. It was cool, man. They kept it interesting, you know.